Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This time I'll be showing you how you can get the We Own the Night achievement for Modern Warfare. Now this achievement can be quite troublesome, I think, as you have to take care of all the enemies in the three locations such as the pool area, the courtyard and the church. Now the first area I recommend going to is the pool, as it's the closest from where you'll start this mission. So you want to come to the pool area and jump on top of those sandbags I jumped up, and you'll find two guys who are standing by a fire. Once you've done that, you want to deactivate the power by activating the power switch. And then you want to come up here and you'll find some enemies in the drain, the pool. If you're not quite fast enough, they'll all start walking inside the building. But you want to take your time when you come to this achievement, as you can't really get spotted, as the enemies will call for reinforcements, which will avoid the achievement. Also, the reason this is a bit challenging is you have to kill all the enemies in previous areas. Now some of the enemies come from like the road area and they'll just walk in to these areas, so I recommend just waiting out a little bit to try and see if you've got any more enemies left. As you can see here, we've just cleared the pool area. Now the next area we're covering is the courtyard, but I take my time when trying to get to the courtyard, as I don't want to get seen by the patrolling vehicle. Also, that's another problem with this achievement, is the vehicle. It's got a very powerful light on it, and it can easily spot you from a distance. So you want to make note of where that vehicle is, so that you can avoid it. Now, while I was travelling to the courtyard area, these two guys were making their way to the pool area, so I decided to wait a little bit and wait to see what they were doing. As I took down the first two enemies out in the open, I didn't want to run away and leave them find their bodies, then they'll radio reinforcements, so I decided to take them both out just like that. Now that's the pool area completed. Now for the courtyard area, it's fairly close by, so just make your way to the courtyard area, and also take out some of the streetlights if you need to. This is where the other power switch is located for this building, which you have to go to. Then you want to go through this window and you'll see an enemy that's patrolling the corridor just by here, or down this corridor. So you want to take care of him, and then again, like the last area, just take your time when going through these buildings. Also make sure you are crouched, so that you are less visible when moving about. Also try not to run around too much, as the enemies can hear you. So yeah, it's just a matter of keep on patrolling the buildings a few times to make sure that there are no enemies inside, and have a look around the outskirts of these areas, see if there's any enemies lurking about. And also another thing I think is quite helpful for this mission is to have the subtitles turned on, as you'll be able to hear when the enemies are speaking nearby, as it will show up in the subtitles.
ما عندي شي بلغ عنه، راح ضل عم دور. هذا سمع خبر من أبو سعيد؟ ما بيرن.
شو هاد؟
ما في
ما شفت أثر للعدو.
بس في شي غلط. رايح شوف مرة تانية.
هرب الجبان.
رايح ورا. ثاني. خليك عندي دور بدي افتح.
حصل له لسه عم دور.
تعال شفته. خليك منتبه. تعال شفته. خليك منتبه.
لا شفت حصل له لسه عم دور.
سامع. خليك عندي دور.
I won't betray my family.
Shit, Captain. The hostages are Barkov's family.
Barkov's men came into Hadir's house, and now he's in theirs. Get to the church now. If they have a hostage, he won't last long. He's mine. He's down.
For a church area, you want to try and deactivate the electricity by flicking the power switch, which is at the back of a church. Also, if you've done that, you will get the achievements for deactivating power at 4 different locations. Now, for this area, there will be some enemies that will be patrolling the graveyard areas, so you want to just take your time really to make sure that you don't accidentally take down one of the enemies that's near someone, otherwise they'll get alerted by your presence. So again, it's just a matter of taking your time before heading on inside to deal with the people inside the building. Also, if you do get spotted, if you're quick enough, you can revert to the last checkpoint, which will still work for this achievement. And also, again, just like the previous areas, enemies from the road will occasionally walk through the church area, so you want to take care of them as well, if you can, just so that you're on the same page basically. As the game really doesn't like explain to you like which enemies are related to which areas, if you know what I mean. So just take down all the enemies that you see that walk into the church area. Also try and get rid of most of the enemies that are on the road area that's around the church.
We know about the chemical weapons your people made. Where is it?
When you head on inside, you may see these 2 enemies that are inside the corridor. Otherwise, they will be patrolling the outside of the church in the graveyard. So you want to take care of them. Now there'll be a few people in the church area, so you want to just take your time when on the inside of the church, as Captain Price can't see you. So he won't be able to help you. Now I messed up a little bit here as I was a bit slow on getting rid of the second guy. So just to be safe, I reverted to the last checkpoint as I didn't really want to do the whole mission again, because it takes a good like 5-6 minutes just to get to the start of this achievement, which is a bit frustrating. But anyway, a reverting checkpoint does still work, which is great news. So I learned from my mistake from just now, so I was a bit more cautious in this part. So I was able to take them both down with relative ease. And by this point, I was pretty sure that I had already eliminated, that I already got rid of all the people. Sorry, so I spoke to the last hostage. So at this point, I decided to just double check the church, as I hadn't really been here for very long. And again, like, the enemy walking patterns are a bit random, I think, as some of them walk from the road area sooner. Just take your time, really. Just make sure you don't get spotted when going for this achievement, as that's the biggest problem, I think, especially with the vehicle that's patrolling around constantly. Now I hope this video has helped you out, and I hope to see you again. Thank you for watching.
Let's run it up. Get to the main house.
Third floor, 451. Third floor, 451. Third floor, 451. Third floor, 451.
ما عندي شيء بلغ عنه، راح ضل عم دور. ما عندي شيء، راح ضل عم دور.